Shout out Young Swish.
I've been looking for you, now you're looking for me. In a storm exploring, waterfalls is pouring. I've been looking for you, now you're looking for me. I'm in a storm exploring, and waterfalls is pouring. Calling you, I've been calling your name, smoking the rain. That's me. Calling you, I've been calling your name. Follow the flame. That's me. Forecast inside my heart was like the coldest weather. Personalities like font felt like both was better. Reminisce back to the days we used to go together. Now we reach a new stage and we grow together. Now she in my soul forever, it's gon' hold forever. Even when it's getting rocky, I'ma roll forever. Now I got a feeling cocky, let her hold my sweater. Even polar opposites, they still go together. So we gon' go forever. Ever since we got together, swear my flow was better. So I'ma have to track you down on this road forever. Umbrella overhead with this open letter. So I'm coming for you, I hope you coming for me. Cause I've been running all week, I'm talking no sleep. I've been looking for you, now you're looking for me. When the storm is blowing, waterfalls is pouring. I've been looking for you, now you're looking for me. I'm in the storms blowing, and waterfalls is pouring. Calling you, I've been calling your name, smoking the rain. That's me. Calling you, I've been calling your name. Follow the flame. That's me.
Shout out Young Swish.
Welcome to No Offense. It's your boy Matt Harrington, and we've got a show for you guys today. If those of you who have been following No Offense from the beginning, you may have already got the chance to hear this artist's music as well as be part of his following already. But if you haven't, you're in for a treat. Today we have DaJohn. You know, so if you don't know this brother's music, well, you in the right place at the right time because you're about to find out. That was him that you were listening to as far as Smoking the Rain. So make sure you could pick that up. We're going to talk to him and find out how you could pick that up. Make sure you have that in your library. Stay tuned because you know we got a music video for you today as well. And as always, we're going to leave you with some of his hotness as well. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring DaJohn to the picture, man, so we can get this interview started. And thank you again for your love and support. We live, boss, man. What's going on?
It's good, my man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, hey, the pleasure is all mine. Thanks again, for taking the time out, coming to sit with us this time for the live interview. Like I said, man, I couldn't do what I do if it wasn't for you, man. So I definitely appreciate you, making yourself available for this today, man. It means a lot.
Man, I truly appreciate you always giving me the platform to come and speak to the people and give them a little insight of my life and what's been going on and how I'm feeling. I don't do a lot of interviews, but I always got an interview for my boy. You already know, man. So I appreciate it.
Man, that means so much, boss, man. And thank you for getting on here, man, and showing people, man, we not nothing to be afraid of. People be thinking, I don't know, man, when they watch Vlad, they think we gonna get up here and expose all these deep, dark closet secrets and shit, man. That ain't what we on, man. We all love him, man. You know what I'm saying?
especially like me, I'm such like a low key person. Like, you know, I kind of just do my art and then I dip off. So like a lot of people think I'm kind of like scared of the camera or something, or that I don't like to be seen. It's not that. It's just I'm just so like into my art that that's all I focus on. So I don't try to get seen that much. But you know, it's nothing against the people. So I wanted to prove that by hopping on here today. You know what I'm saying?
Man, for sure, for sure. We understand, man. The focus is where the art come from, man. And you definitely doing your thing, man. You know, shout out to my boy. And for the record, I gotta say this because I know you said before people be having issues. The name is DaJohn. The name is DaJohn. I know sometimes when you don't hear people say it or you read it, you be thinking it. The name is DaJohn. You got to put some respect on this man's name, man, for this music he bringing. The name is DaJohn, so make sure you put that together. If you got to do it phonetically next to the alphabet, next to the list in your playlist. You know what I'm saying? I had to ask myself, so I wanted to set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? Let people know what time it is.
Yes, yo, that's love, man. I truly appreciate that because I've honestly had the name DaJohn since I was probably in like 8th grade. And that's always been like a big thing. You know, it's different when somebody asks my name or somebody says my name, they hear it. But it's different when people just see it. They just pronounce it however they want. You know, DaJohn, like DaJohn, you know, like they be calling me whatever. And it's like, nah, bro, you got to put some respect on my name. Even Siri, she be calling me DaJohn.
Man,
nah, we got I gotta hear Apple. They gotta say it right or something. I don't know.
Man, I can only imagine you waiting for somebody to introduce you and you hear a name, you be like, "Oh, they talking about me? What the hell is that?"
Man, I can't tell you how many shows I've done and that announcer like coming to the stage, DaJohn. No sir. I always get the mic and I'm like, actually, it's DaJohn, but I appreciate the love anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta clear the air. You feel me?
For sure, man. Listen, we always like to let you know when you got somebody watching and we got love in the chat. So we have Dee Johnson saying "yeah" straight up off the bat, man. Let you know she here in the building and she's watching. So we definitely want to make sure you know that, man, for sure.
For sure, appreciate it.
So, man, let me ask. I know, like I said, man, when we hear your name, bro, all we expect is greatness because you always deliver, man. So I gotta ask, man, what have you been up to since the last time we talked? I know we did our interview, man, back in March, man, and I'm hearing the tracks you sent me. They fire as always. You know what I'm saying? You set the bar high. You know what I'm saying? So what's been going on in the life of DaJohn, man, since the last time we spoke, man?
Man, honestly, a lot has been going on, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of growth, a lot of just looking at, you know, the things that I've been doing in my life, and a lot of relationship stuff has been going on. You know, I touched on that in the song Smoke in the Rain a little bit. And it's basically just me trying to navigate my life while also trying to stay true to my relationship, any type of romantic relationship that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like as I grow, the music grows too. So that's why the sounds change, like from song to song. And it's truly just a complete grandscape of all the different sounds that I have. You know what I'm saying? Every single song that I've dropped in the past 3-4 months sounds different from each other. So I've just really been trying to show all these different sounds and all these different styles that I can do, but still speaking on real life events and real things that I'm dealing with in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? But also still trying to keep it as general in a way that people can receive it and relate to it, you know what I'm saying, and speak on things that we all generally experience and go through, you know what I'm saying. So I got a lot of kind of deeper, heavier type of content in the songs that I dropped recently, but I do have some fun music coming soon because of the timing right now, because of everything that's going on in the world. I was holding off on dropping some of my extra singles that I had planned. I was supposed to do like a 2-month run of just dropping single after single every single week, every Friday, for like 2 months. But because of everything that's going on right now, I didn't feel right, you know, in my heart to do it just because of the type of songs that I was dropping. And I just feel like there's more important things that I can speak on with my platform, you know what I'm saying? So when I do touch the studio, it's going to be about, you know, everything that's going on right now. and that'll be the music I drop soon.
For sure. Now you spoke on some very important details. I felt like you said, for one, that you know, as you grow, your music does, which is awesome, man, because that gives your fan base the experience to be able to grow with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially those who, even when they first hearing your music for the first time, it tells a story. They get to know you when you started. They get to know you as you moved along in your career, and they get to know you as present day. You know what I'm saying? Which adds depth to who you are as an artist. So I shout out to you for that. And then the second thing that I like the way you spoke on was the fact that you said, you know, you have some things in the closet, but you're not releasing them right now just because of the time, and the time is everything. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want people. You got to give people a time to digest what they hear, and it has to be right with what's going on with the environment as well.
Time sensitive, you know what I'm saying, for sure. Like, not that anything that I was saying would go against everything that's going on right now. It's just you got to know the right time to put out the right type of music. You know, certain type of music. Like, I wouldn't drop, like, you know, a real dancey, upbeat type of record right now when that's not really the type of mood that everybody is in. We're really, you know, more on some sit back and listen to anything that we're going to listen to. We're probably going to really digest it just because of everything that's going on. We're using music as an escape or as a calming, meditative type of thing. So I don't think people are really trying to listen to something like that. So that's why I've been dropping like slower music that you're really listening to and experiencing. And so a lot of the music that I've been writing as of current day is about things that are going on right now and touching on subjects like that. So I look forward to touching the studio. I just haven't touched the studio yet. I'm just really working on writing and getting everything written the way that I want to say it, make sure I give it to the world the right way and articulate myself in the best possible way. So I'm really taking my time, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. That like I said, man, you set the bar high, man. When you come with that constant pressure, you know what I'm saying. I'm glad when I see artists take the time. That's a trait. If you look at great artists that we've been blessed to listen to, that's a trait that they all have. Rather than just releasing something because they want to stay in the headlines, they only release when they feel like the album is right and when the music all hits like it needs to. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
That's why I see like Kendrick just chilling all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't need to pop out all the time. When he comes, you listen and he says what he needs to say, and then he goes back to what he was doing. You know, and like, that's kind of how I feel. Like I'll speak on something when I feel that it needs to be spoken on, but until then, I'm just gonna be knowing me, you feel me?
Man, it comes back to that old saying, man, say what you mean and mean what you say. A man of few words is a man of intelligence, and a man who, if he speaks, you listen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 100 with you on that, man. And the fact that you say, you know, you are making music that everybody can relate to, you know, just like that Smoke in the Rain, man. And like I said, when we first was talking, as soon as I heard it, I said, oh yeah, my man have found love, boy. You can hear it, boy. Like anybody who listens to the lyrics, you be like, oh, okay, I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I sure have. Man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with any relationship, you know, comes struggle and strife and trials and tribulations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Things that you're gonna experience, bumps in the road, whatever you want to call them. But I think that was basically me speaking on, like, no matter what happens in the relationship, I have that type of love for this person that I'm gonna be here no matter what, you know. That's why I have like a line in the song. I'm gonna travel down this road forever, you know. I'm gonna roll down this whether it's rocky, I'm gonna roll forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter what, I'm still gonna be here. Nothing's gonna change as far as how I feel for you and the love that I have for you, no matter what. That's just the type of person that I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was speaking on. Like no matter what we go through, I'm still the same me. I'm still be the same me that I always have been to you. And I feel like that's something that everybody can relate to if you've ever been in a relationship with somebody like that, or you have been that person in the relationship that, you know, no matter what, you just care about this person so much that you'll always be there for them, no matter how it goes. Because in the end, you just want them to be happy, you know what I'm saying? Whether they're with you or whether they're not with you, or no matter what the case may be, you know what I'm saying? So that's all that song was about.
Man, look at you, man. DaJohn, man, doing his thing. But hey, that's one shout out to, you know what I'm saying? I could, bro, just being honest with you, I put that in my grown people playlist, you know what I'm saying? It's one that when you need somebody to talk to and your dogs ain't around, You know what I'm saying? You can put one on and definitely rock out to the sound. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your homies don't understand the reason of why you changing. You don't understand what you got at home, what you got locked in. That's that powerful man music. You know what I'm saying? My boy got metaphorical with it. You know what I'm saying? Smoking the rain. Boy, listen, boy, I had to.
Metaphorical.
You
Come
know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying? Bringing out them lyrics, my man. I say, oh snap, bro. My boy's about to be on the charts here soon. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
You know, you know what's crazy? So when I originally wrote the song, it's so crazy how that specific song played out, because I got the beat, and so I found the beat from this producer that I work with. Shout out Young Swisher Beats, that's my dog. I got the beat from Young Swisher, but he sent me like a pack. Like, it was a whole bunch of beats, and I lost the beat. I could not find it. Like I heard it and I was writing to it. I came up with like this little hook. It wasn't Smoking the Rain all the way, but it was something along the lines of that. And I lost the beat for like 2 months, and I was mad about it, but I kind of just, gave up. And then I was going through my beats one day, and I'm just playing, skipping around playing, and I pressed play, and the beat came up, and I was like, yo, it's meant to be. Like, I gotta go on this. So I started writing the song immediately, and all I wrote was the hook. I wrote the hook, and when I listened to the beat, I just pictured it real dramatic and like theatrical. Like I wanted the song to be like on like a soundtrack to a movie or something like that. Like that's the type of feel that it gave me because of the violins, like the strings. It was almost like a real orchestrated song. Like the instrumental was incredible. So I really wanted it to be dramatic. I wanted it to almost paint a visual. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted you to really feel something when you heard me on the song. So I tried my best to perfect the hook the best that I could. And then when I went to the studio, I just freestyled my verse because I wanted it to be raw. I just wanted it to be whatever came to my mind, as soon as I stepped in the booth. And so I did the verse, and actually the person that inspired the song was in the studio when I made the song. So that probably fueled me too. You know what I'm saying? So I think overall, like, the song is an incredible song. It's an incredible story. And it means so much to me. Like, it was made last year, but up until this day, I've listened to it almost every single day or every other day. That's definitely one for the books. That's definitely probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever made.
Man,
for sure.
I'm right there with you, man. Have you shot a video to it? Because it needs a video. Like, you listen, bro. The imagery that you said in the song, man. Listen, I know I speak for everybody who watching, but just like you said, when you hear it, you get a picture of an image of somebody in your mind. You know exactly who that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? For everybody, there's a different person that resonates in your mind, but you know what person he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know exactly, you know what I'm saying? Even if the times may not be good or great all the time, you know exactly, like you said, that one person that you're going to always have love for you regardless, because y'all have either been through so much of the history that y'all done been. It's layers and layers and layers on that. You just can't be undone from one act. So it's just, man, I'm just curious. Have you shot a video? Do you have a vision for it? Because, man, I definitely feel like it's something, like I said, that could definitely take the charts, my man.
Yeah, I haven't shot a video for it yet. I've made plans to. I definitely had plans to do it. I worked with my videographer. We came up with a little visualizer that I was going to put up, but I have not shot a visual. To be completely honest with you, the visual that I had in mind, like I had written a whole mock-up, like screenplay for this. It was based on a short film. The short film was just entitled Rain, and the short film was going to be a combination of the song Smoking the Rain and the song Rain for You that I also just dropped recently. And basically it was going to be like this elaborate story loosely based off of my real personal life and my relationship. And it was really, really like involved and in depth, like with, actors, actresses, wardrobe, makeup, all this type of stuff. And then quarantine happened, the world shut down, so
COVID.
my means of doing things kind of were cut out. But we still definitely have that on the plan. That's something I really want to do. I really like if I do shoot a visual for it, I want it to be as professional and A1 as possible. Like it has to be top notch if I'm going to do it. And so whenever I can make that happen and make it the way that I feel like it needs to be done, then I'll do it. But until then, that one's on pause. But I definitely want to shoot one. I feel you. I wanted to shoot one as soon as it dropped. Like I wanted to drop a music video with it. But yeah, we haven't been able to make that happen.
Well, man, I'm 100% with you on that, man. You know, with a story such as powerful as that, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even for the insight and the introspective look that you put into that song, man, that song. That's the song for the ages. You know what I'm saying? That's something. That's something. The only people I think who may not be able to feel that song is somebody who was pre-adolescent. They ain't had their heart broken yet. You know what I'm saying? They ain't went
Yeah,
through nothing crazy yet. But everybody from that point on up, bruh, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna sit in the playlist, my man. That's gonna be in the top
yeah.
5, top 10. You know what I'm saying? When you have them days where you just sit and reminisce and reflect, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even
Everybody
lie.
got
I got,
days where you just wanna, you know what I'm saying? You just wanna
yeah.
think about the time. You just press play. You feel
I
me?
ain't even gonna lie, man. I could see somebody breaking out a bottle of some brown, man, sitting down playing that. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting in their feelings a little bit, man. So you definitely on the one. You definitely on the one right there, man. Shouts out to you. Now, I know you spoke about "Rain for You." Guys who are watching, make sure you watch to the end because that's the song we're gonna leave you with today. You know what I'm saying? So you can get that whole visual put together as far as the mood. Because my boy is definitely setting a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, man. You talking about you talking about some grown man marriage sit down counseling type stuff going on, boy.
Yeah. Hey man, you feel me? I get older every day. You feel me? So you know what
For
I'm saying?
sure, for sure.
I'm growing. You feel me? So yeah, I'm almost 22, and it's like I never really thought I would, you know, have the type of relationship that I had, and that it would affect me the ways that it had. So it's like me trying to, navigate growing up and becoming this grown man and still dealing with this relationship and growing in this relationship because, as you know, you have to grow with your partner. You know what I'm saying? So it's been like a lot to kind of navigate and learn and adapt to the situations that are at hand. So it's been a lot, but that's why I do music. You know what I'm saying? To vent and to express myself in the things that I think about, the things that I feel that I wouldn't necessarily normally express on a regular basis. So when I do step in the studio, when I do write to beats or whatever, it usually is some real introspective, reflective type of music that I'm speaking from the heart. And so, those happen to be two records that were never originally planned to drop together or to be related. Rain for You was a complete freestyle. Um, I was in the studio. I had a session. I had some leftover time. I had already recorded a bunch of tracks, and I had the beat in my email, and I was just like, "Yo, I just want to hear this in the speakers." And I played it, and it was just it was moving me, and I was feeling something. And I went in the booth, and I just the first lines of the hook were the first words that came out of my mouth, and I was like, "All right, I just gotta go," So I did the whole song right there, and I did both of those songs in the same day. And I didn't plan for both of them to have rain in the name. I didn't plan for it to be Smoking the Rain and Rain for You. It just happened like that. Like that's just where my mind is. I think that just goes back to me always loving the rain. Ever since I was a kid, I just like rainy days or like that type of rainy vibe. Like I feel like it creates its own vibe within itself. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. I was about to say, man, whatever you were doing that day, boy, you was in your bag, my man. And you remind me of you remind me of somebody who had some pressure on their mind. You know what I'm saying? You was fighting something, boy. You was fighting something, and you said somebody gave you a microphone, and you said, you know what, man? I'm gonna let these people know something right quick. You know what I'm saying? And you did your thing, man. And shouts out because that's to me, man. That's the best music. That's the organic feeling, the raw emotion from the artist. That's the things that people can latch onto and feel. And what I love about your music, man, is you make music for your base. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually make music that you don't have to change artists. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to music, because you go through so many different emotions with your music. Like you said, you're versatile. You got the before I forget, let me tell you that Never Better, bro. That's my girl, bro. I played that shit. Man, when we get off the interview, I'm gonna play it again, bro. I played that shit all the time, man. I told you I was waiting for it, bro. That Never Better, man. Shoot, bro. Man, I done took plenty. Many
My
Texas
cheeks,
Rose have heard that song, bro. You heard me? Yes, sir.
yo, my cheeks is hurting, man. That's so much love. I truly appreciate that, man. Never Better. Um, I almost fit too. I didn't make that in the same day, but I think I made that the session before that. But yeah, that song I actually wrote that. I took my time writing that. You know, I wrote that whole song actually. But it definitely was like a different feeling when I got in the studio from when I was writing it. You know, like when I actually got to get behind the mic, it was like the feeling, the mood, it was all there, all it was so intense. Like I don't even know how to describe that. That's another one of my favorite songs, just because it was super reflective. It was super introspective for me, deep, a little bit deeper than I usually dive in my personal life. But at the same time, it was easy listen. You know, it wasn't anything too aggressive. It wasn't anything too deep to comprehend or too heavy to digest. I feel like I said exactly what needed to be said in almost the perfect way that it needed to be said. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like that's another one. Never better.
Bro, that never better,
yeah.
bro. That's a Warriors theme song, boy. I don't care what you done went through. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know when you refuse to let something break you down. Somebody say, man, you alright? You be like, man, I never been better. Straight up. Forget all that crap I've been going through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. They ain't do nothing but make me stronger. I ain't never been better. My boy said I spoke my truth and I never been better. Man, I found out how loud my speakers could go, boy, when I listen to that, boy. You heard me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. That's why I say, man, that's why I vibe with you. That's why I be checking for the... Listen, man, y'all, you know, when we get up here, man, I'm all about support for the artists. I'm telling you right now, you know what I'm saying? I try my hardest not to show no favoritism, but these are if you want to know what Matt Harrington is listening to, you know what I'm saying, when I'm not on these interviews, y'all need to check these artists out. And I'm telling you right now, you need to start with DaJohn, my bad. Because DaJohn is doing his thing, my man. When you put on this tracks, man, and I know for a fact you're on Spotify. Because that's my go-to for music app. You know what I'm saying? I got an Android, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, if you got a Spotify subscription, if you got an Apple subscription, you need to be... I don't know why the program ain't stopped working yet. Because if I was y'all, I already had my thumbs going. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. Like, it's my boy got a whole library up there. You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, before I even get sidetracked, talk about relatable music, man. You did send me the video Anxiety, man. You mind if I go ahead and play that and let these people know, man, how the genius behind DaJohn? You know what I'm saying? The things that you be doing on your spare time. Can I go ahead and play that for him?
Yeah, play that for him, man. That's Anxiety right there off of Very Rare. You already know.
For sure. Y'all make sure you stick around. We're going to be right back right after this music video, you know what I'm saying, and put this in your library as well. This is DaJohn, Anxiety.
I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. My anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety. I don't even go outside no more. Can't really look to the sky no more. Nobody look me in my eyes no more. I just really don't wanna hide no more. I fell in love with the drugs. I hit the club to give me some. It gives me help, it helps my brain. Cause all these thoughts drive me insane. I feel it all, I feel the pain. It burns my heart, it's in the flame. I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. My anxiety, my anxiety. I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. I just wanna leave Earth, go to another planet, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. My anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety.
Just that. All right, y'all. That was Anxiety by DaJohn. You know what I'm saying? I do see that there might have been a lack of sound in the beginning of the video, but we were able to get it back on. So I just wanted to let you guys know, man, it was a beautiful video. I know y'all saw that, visually stunning. And when the audio kicked in, I know you understood exactly where my boy was coming at. He spoke on things. He spoke on things that I feel like, especially with an anxious person, it's hard to explain yourself as far as what anxiety does. And bro, you just described it so eloquently and made it so visually appealing. You know what I'm saying? That, bro, I hats off to you, man. Hats off to you again. Could you describe, you know, what went into the vision, what got you to the point that, you know, that we're here at this masterpiece that at the end that you finished with? What was your train of thought and things that went into the video?
So that, you know, a lot similar to Smoke in the Rain was another instrumental that immediately gave me a visual, and I felt almost was, you know, theatrical in a sense. Shout out to Cheeto the Hero, my man. Cheeto made that jump, and when I heard the instrumental at first, I didn't know what I was gonna speak on, but I do remember being in a very I really don't know the word, but for lack of better terms, I was in a very anxious and depressing type of state, I should say, mentally. I was going through a lot, and that was heavy on my mind. So I guess that was probably the first thing that came to my mind when I heard the instrumental. But when I heard it, it was stuck in my head. I didn't have any lyrics for it. It was just stuck in my head, and I kept listening to it over and over and over again, like every single day. And then finally, I can't remember. It was a specific line that I wrote. I didn't have the hook at first, but I wrote a specific line in the verse, and that line led me to coming up with the entire concept for the song. And then I went into the studio and I freestyled that song. That song is a freestyle as well. A lot of it's kind of crazy, but a lot of my best songs are the songs that people gravitate towards the most are the songs that were freestyles or were written in the spur of the moment or right then and there in the studio, in the booth. And I think that's just because of, you know, the rawness and the fact that, like, you're gonna say the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear a beat that you fall in love with in the first minute. You know what I'm saying? So I think the ability to just be that raw and that transparent on record connects with everybody, and it's super relatable, and it's super, like, disarming. You know, you feel more comfortable because you're like, wow, like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. And anybody that deals with anxiety or depression or anything like that knows the feeling of not necessarily wanting to be, you know, on this earth in the sense of life and death, but just not wanting to be around people, just wanting to almost have your own planet. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I came up with the concept for the anxiety visual and the song itself. You know, I just want to leave Earth, go to another planet. You don't even understand it. Like, people don't even understand the feeling of anxiety if they don't have anxiety or deal with it. You know, it's because you feel it's like uncontrollable. It's not something that you can really help. You can do things to help it, but it's not something that you can really control. It comes when it comes. And this was actually me accepting the fact that I had anxiety, because for a long time I wouldn't call it anxiety, and I kind of wouldn't, not necessarily that I was in denial, but I just think I didn't really look at it as anxiety for what it was, and that's what it was. And so this was me, acknowledging it and then speaking on it and hoping that people could understand or relate to it, and it has. And so that's super dope to me, and that's what I appreciated about it the most. Like I didn't create the song intending people to, listen to it and it helped them and change their lives. And that wasn't my intent behind the song, but that's eventually what happened. I've had several people come up to me and speak on how they listen to that song when they're sad or when they're down or whatever. Like that song has helped them, and that's really like what makes me keep doing this music thing. Like that's what makes music even deeper. Like there's a whole other side to music besides the money, besides the industry, besides all that. It's like the things that we say is how we connect with each other, how we realize that we all experience the same things. And like, that's what means more to me than anything else that I accomplish in music, honestly.
Man, what I love, apart from the definitely the lyrical content with the song, especially somebody who's also a very anxious person, is the even the theme and the colors that you used in the video, such as lavender, such as things that are calming to a person who has a lot of things going on in their head. You know what I'm saying? As far as anxiety or worrying about a million worries and wondering if this is right and this is right. And it even goes to speak about when your music is relatable. It's funny that you say that. A lot of the songs that we tend to click to or like right away are songs that you come in and freestyle, and I think that's because when you have time, we are our own worst critics, and when you have time to review your music, you find yourself changing a lot of things because you think it'll be better for the finished product. But when you come in, man, you just give us that raw piece of emotion, and you give us DaJohn from the heart, from the soul, man. That's what people click to. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the anxiety. Like I said, you described it so eloquently. I felt like you gave words to, like even right now, as I'm trying to figure out words to say, I express how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with that song, you spoke perfectly as far as what it is to feel anxiety. You know what I'm saying? What it is to want to escape that moment in time. What it is to just want to be okay. You know what I'm saying? And dude, man, hats off to you the way you encapsulated it and definitely sold your piece, man. You did your thing.
For sure. And it's like, I also feel like that song speaks to, it's okay to not be okay, because it's like, my anxiety, and it's like, I just want to leave Earth. I just want to go to another planet. You don't even understand it, and that's okay, because you don't have to understand it, because it's my anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I deal with, and it's fine if you don't understand it, or you don't acknowledge it, or it's whatever. Like, because it's something that I have to deal with, but it's okay to not be okay, and that's really the biggest statement of the song, for sure.
Man, man, like I said, man, I can't stop saying your praises. You got some more love in the chat as well from Dee Johnson, clapping the hands. She definitely loved the video. She said your transparency is honorable and respected. Man, the way that you do your thing, bro, man, people definitely pay attention to gravitate toward truth, and that's definitely, I feel like, it's going to carry you far as far as how you express your music, as far as people who listen, who pick it up for the first time. They're gonna love that aspect because you speak to things that people can readily relate to. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to dig. The fact that because I know you had a wordplay. I know you got it. I done heard you. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you lay it out on the table for people to right away pick up and know exactly where the story is and move along with it, man. That's to be commended, man. That's definitely something that I feel like you're hitting right on the target. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, I gotta get that to you. Let me ask you.
Make my heart smile, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I gotta give it where it's due, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is, like I said, I appreciate you taking the time to allow us a chance into your world, man. Allow us some time into your world and how you do your craft, because, bro, you're busy making the hits and it shows in your work. You know what I'm saying? It shows in your work. It's not just something like, so a lot of artists, you feel like you can't reach out and touch them. You hear that music. You hear that work, it's on the radio, whatever, but you can't readily sit down and have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? They're too they're too fame struck, or they're too, you know what I'm saying, they're doing their thing where they forget to be personable to a point. And that's what I love about you, man. You definitely humble. You definitely, you know, the fact that you came through today, man, and sat down with us, man, is awesome. Let me ask you, because your standard of quality is so high and it shows in your work, what does quality mean to you? What does, before you stamp a track that says DaJohn and put it out, what expectations does it have to meet, you know, as far as your work? What is the checklist, you know what I'm saying, before you can put it out?
I think it definitely starts sonically, you know, how the record itself sounds. The record, as far as I'm referring to the track itself, you know, the instrumental. I'm super duper duper picky about the type of tracks or instrumentals that I hop on, just because of my ear, like the way that I write or the way that I, you know, freestyle or conceptualize my songs. I listen to the instrumental, and I like hear the lyrics on the song half the time when I'm writing. Like I can already hear the lyrics in my head, so I already have an idea of what I'm gonna say or what I want to say or the direction I want to take the song. And so depending on the record and how moved I am by the record, I'll write the whole song right there in 5 minutes or less. Or, you know, if it's one of those songs where I know that the instrumental is fire and I know that I can come up with something super dope, but if I write it, I'm gonna overthink it and I'm gonna change a lot and I'm gonna do all this, then I'll just save that record and take it to the studio, just save that track, take it to the studio, and then I'll come up with the whole song right there in the booth. So I think the first thing that I'm checking off is the track itself, the instrumental. It has to sound, it almost has to sound like a hit to me. You know, like how you say, like, I'm putting out hits, or like every song sounds like a hit within its own right. It's like, if I hear a beat or instrumental and it doesn't sound like something that I can hear a lot of people singing, or it's not a catchy melody or something, it has to be something that catches my ear, that grabs my attention, because that's going to make me want to say something that's going to catch people's ear and grab their attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely the first thing, is the instrumental itself. It has to be something that moves me and that usually, you know, evokes emotion with out of me. And then after that, I think it's about making sure that I stay true to myself and that I, you know, whatever I say, I mean it, and I'm not, you know, stretching the truth, or I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I make sure that I'm conscious of the things that I'm saying and the way that I'm saying it, because sometimes it's not always what you say, but how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I keep that in mind. And depending on the record, I think lyrical content, like the complexity of the lyrics and the delivery, that comes into mind too. Like, I don't want to be super heavy on a light, dancey, fun type of song. You know, you don't want to give too much and it's too much to digest, and it just kind of sounds, you know, weird to the ears. So I definitely think it depends on the track, but I always make sure that, you know, sonically it's gonna sound amazing. Lyrically, I'm gonna give you something to, you know, think about. I'm gonna give you something to connect to. And then the overall vibe, like, I hope that every song that I do puts you in a certain type of mood. Like, you can feel whatever that mood is, whether it's a down, slow vibe type of mood, whether it's a hard, like, crank and banger type of mood, whether it's a club mood, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, I hope that I can make you feel it. Not only hear it, but make you feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say those are the main things that I try to check off whenever I make any type of record.
For sure, man. Well, let me tell you, everything I've heard definitely hits the checklist, man, on every aspect. And speaking of which, while we already talking about it, I definitely want to throw another one out there, y'all. Just one of my personal favorites. Make sure y'all check out that Way Back When. You know what I'm saying? He definitely pays homage to, you know what I'm saying, like you even said, like when you walk in the barbershop and the barber say, hey, man, I know you heard that beat drop. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You know, before I cut you up, man, you gotta give us a little something.
Hey, man,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
so because it's like, you know, a lot of people don't know, like, honestly, probably half the rappers that they were really rappers, like, that's probably how they got started or got their stripes in this rapper stuff. You know, back in the day, it was like, if you're going to call yourself a rapper, like, people are quick to call you on it. Like, oh, what you do? Oh, I'm a rapper. Oh, word, spit something. boom, right there. No hesitation. If you hesitate, now it seems like you're lying. Or if you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you got to act on the moment. So it was a point where I would walk in the barbershop and literally every single time I stepped in the barbershop, I knew at some point it was about to be like, boom, press play on the instrumental. What's good?
We finna
give me that 16. Give me that 16. You know what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where I was getting better and better to the point, and I started getting paid for it, like legit. Like, you know, the barbers would give me like $5, $10, 15, 20, whatever. Like, I was getting better and better, and I was really like coming in, entertaining everybody in the barbershop, like giving them a whole show almost. You know, because I would start with a 16 that I wrote, and then I would freestyle, and then I would, you know, it would be like almost a whole one-man show in there, you know, DaJohn show in the barbershop. So, but like, that's how, you know, I got my bars up. That's how I got my my wordplay, how I got my delivery, how I got my flow, because I was always put in a position where I had to, you know, apply that pressure. Like, they was applying that pressure to me, so I had to apply that pressure. And I really think that's what's lost on my generation, like the generation of rappers today. Like, I don't know if they necessarily have that type of, you know, go mode. Like I spit something right there, and it's like that's what I was speaking on. You know, I used to walk in the shop, and then it was like, go, you gotta go off top. Go ahead.
Man, the reason why that particular line resonated with me so well is, I definitely believe we live in a day where I say everybody gets a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to get that bad news, like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't up to par. But the fact that you said, and I know y'all probably looking at your boy head saying, nigga, you don't know what a barbershop look like. But I'm telling you, if you ever been in a black barbershop, you know, if your game ain't up to par, they gonna talk about you for the whole visit. You there. You'll make you want to go home and cut your own hair. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to be in the shop no more, because they would talk about you to your face like, don't put no music on around that boy. You know what I'm saying? So
they'll be like, no, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. So,
yeah.
You know, and that's what you need, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that. There was a couple times. Well, actually, I don't think that ever happened. But there was a couple times where it was like, you know, they was just kind of listening, and it was kind of just like a word, like, all right, that was kind of all right. But then it was like, it got to a point where I'd say something, and they'd be like, give me that mean face, like I'm like, all right, yeah, I got you, I know. Or they start hollering, and I'm still rapping. They're like, oh, yo, he said what? And I'm still going. It's like, y'all missing stuff because y'all tripping off of what I just said. So it's like that type of, you know, drive, like, it fuels you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's definitely has brought you far, man. You got some more love in the chat. Broker Jenny Moran is definitely saying she got love for you, man. She's here. She's definitely checking you out. Bro,
Thank you.
I've got to say, man, the way that your drive, bros, man. When you, like I said, you get a track, man, you press go. You give it your all. You know what I'm saying? No breaks at all. You get on track, man, and I feel like you throw everything that you've got into it, and it pays off, man. It pays off. It definitely sits and resonates. It's music that you listen to, not listen at. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you put on just for noise. It's something that you put on because you're going through. You need to listen. You need that counseling. You know, that peer to peer. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a lot to be said, man. Because in today's you know radio play, everything's about catchy, snappy. You know what I'm saying? Even if it don't make no damn sense, and that's why I don't play my radio. That's why I'm glad that, you know, we have No Offense and artists that come and sit down. That's why I don't play, because it's not doing any educating. You know what I'm saying? So when we have artists, you know, like the ones that we have on the show, and we have people like yourself that come on who give yourself to your music to make sure that it's saying something, and that you're actually not just talking, you're actually communicating and educating. It's a big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that we want to stand behind and show support to, because, you know, we all know the radio doesn't always play what's best for the ear. It plays what's best for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They play whatever, you know, whatever is the most popular record. Like, this is the record we push. All right, boom. So I'm gonna give you this rack. I'm gonna give you this bag. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make sure that get played. And it's like, it's almost like they say right now in today's day and age in hip hop that it's easier for the unsigned artist to make it than it was back then, which probably is true, but it's still not, you know, as easy as it could be because of the way that it's set up. Like, it's designed to feed off of the music industry, feeds off of the unsigned upcoming artists. You know what I'm saying? And they feed off of us, and then they push and uplift all these mainstream artists that are really the ones that are probably getting their songwriters, their lyrics, whatever, from the unsigned artists. So it's like, you know, and that's the day and age that we're living in. And I've been on that side. Like, I've been a songwriter. I've written a song for, you know, a female singer that is out now. I've done that, and it's cool. And it's a cool little, you know, bag or whatever you want to do. But at the same time, it's like, you know that they're just gonna go on and take whatever they get from that song, and they're not really necessarily looking out for the unsigned artist or the songwriter or whatever it is. So it's like, you know, you got to take that hand in hand, you know. But it's one of those things, you know. I feel like, honestly, I'd rather be an independent or upcoming underground artist than a mainstream artist that's signed to a label. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go the route without a label and just off the strength of me and my fans and the love that I get from my people, you know, and my team, and rather than be signed to a label. Because once you're signed to a label, it's all about the numbers, you know, whether it's numbers with dollar signs or numbers, you know, from statistics, you know. So it's like, I feel like when you're not signed to somebody and it's just you, it's more about the art itself and the people. You know,
you have people who've watched the show. You've often referred to me. You've often heard me refer to it as the NCAA versus the NFL. You know, the NCAA, they hungry. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get signed, so they pour their heart and their soul into it. But when you get that contract, it's about business moves now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily about what come from the soul. It's about what's gonna keep that contract, what's gonna guarantee that money that's been promised. You can't get out there and say what you gonna say, what you want to say. So I got love all day for indie artists, especially when you're backing your own movement. You can say what needs to be said without the overhead. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, when by the time that the record label actually steps in nowadays, it's not like it was before when they throw tons of money into, you know, artist research and development. By the time they step in now, you've done all the work. You've done all the work. You're sitting. You're already at the table.
Exactly. It's like, in order for me to even get a record label's attention right now, I almost have to be as big as these signed artists. You know what I'm saying? I almost have to be right there for them to even give me a look. And then they're like, okay, we could throw, you know, 500,000. We could throw $1 million at him, and he'll sign. And now all we got to do is just use the momentum that he already built in order to keep him afloat. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's how artists end up just sitting on labels for years, but not really getting their projects pushed or promoted how they're supposed to, not really getting put on tours how they're supposed to, or whatever, because, you know, they just use them for that little moment in time when they were popping or relevant, you know. And it's like, nobody wants to be that person. Like, I mean, some people might, but like, I don't want to be that person. You know, I don't want to be that person that's just used because I have attention, and now they're signing me in order to gain more attention to their label. Like, if I already have that attention on my own, then I'm gonna bet on myself and just, you know, do my hardest to keep that momentum. I'm not gonna, you know, try to sell whatever my brand to somebody else in hopes that they'll help me elevate it when I can elevate it myself. You feel me? So that's just how I look at it. It's always better to bet on yourself.
Especially when, like I said before, see, in life, is when you go through something, you know how to go through it again, because you done already witnessed what's before and what's after. You know how to recognize it. You know how to make it through. So if you've already spent all this time building a base, you know what I'm saying, why would you want to sign out of the way for somebody to change their narrative? If you've already built a base and they're promising to make your base bigger, well, you know, you got to remember back when you didn't have a base, and now you got a base. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing for you that you haven't already done yourself. And then that instant gratification comes at what cost? Like you said, my dad used to tell me all the time, man, nobody's going to give you, there's no such thing as free money or easy money. Nobody's going to give you what they don't expect to get back, and then some. You know what I'm saying? And that's always the catch with a label. They sign you for this or that. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they give you a $2 million signing bonus. Well, that's because they expect to make $4 million plus off you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you that $2 million because it's just like fishing. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you a little bit, a little nibble, You know what I'm saying? And when they got you hook, line, and sinker, you know what I'm saying, they gonna drag you across that water, take you in the back, and put you in the cooler. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely commend you for what you're doing. You've definitely got a movement, man, and you've always got a spot here at No Offense, man. So anytime you've got something new coming out, man, any kind of new music, any kind of video, any kind of performances, if you ever in the Texas area, I will be offended if I don't know first.
Hey,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
and you gonna be the first one, man. You probably will be the glue to help me, you know, getting some shows out there, getting me connected with the venues out there. Cause I was, you know, before this whole Corona quarantine thing, I was trying to plan a 6-city tour next summer, 2021. You know, obviously due to everything that's going on right now, that probably won't be feasible. But hopefully in the near or late future, hopefully we could get that 6-city tour, and you know, maybe
Bro,
there could be a city in Texas. You could just, you know, let me know what's good,
bro,
and I'll pull up.
all you gotta do is call me, man. Say, hey, man, listen, we think about, and I'll be out here knocking on I'll be out here posting signs in barbershops with my bald ass. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out here in DJs' faces, period. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it take, man, to let these people, man, because at the end of the day, I really believe it's a blessing that an artist finds their gift, and it's a blessing that you guys share it with the world. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can have that gift and then they can contain it, they can closet it up, they can choose not to do that. But the fact that you guys pour your life, you pour your heart into your craft, and you make sure it's in a gift that you can present to the world, and we can receive it, and we can live vicariously through what you're saying, and know that you know there's somebody out there that feels and goes through the same thing we do, and they're just as human. You know what I'm saying? They can say it for us where we can't say it, bro. It's a blessing. It's a blessing all the way around. So if there's any kind of way, man, you know what I'm saying, if you like I said, whenever you get it on your mind, I don't care if it's in the middle of the night, if you say, man, you know what, I want to hit, bro, call me. You know what I'm saying? Call me, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we gotta do, man, to pull this thing on through. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure.
Make that happen, I promise you, man. We definitely gonna make that happen in the near future, hopefully. You know, as long as everything permits, you know, we definitely gonna make that happen for sure.
For sure, man. Listen, like always, when we get on here, man, we get to talking, we get having fun, and we've already been here for hours. So I've got two questions for you, my man. First question is, how can we make sure that we follow DaJohn? I'm sorry, man. I gotta drink something here. How can we make sure that we follow DaJohn? We follow your career, your music, your performances, anything coming out. What's your handles on social media for those who don't know? How can we make sure that we're always in the loop of what's going on with your career, man?
You can follow me on Instagram at DaJohn.xx. That's at DaJohn.xx. And Twitter is The Real DaJohn, TheRealDaJohn. And Facebook is the same. And Snapchat is Darius J, my real name. That's so people will know where my name comes from. Darius, DARIUSJAY, if you want to add me on Snapchat. And if you don't follow my social, you can follow me on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music, Google Play. You can follow me on all streaming platforms. All my music is on all streaming platforms, including Instagram and TikTok. You know, if you want to make you a little quick story, make you a little quick challenge or whatever, make sure you do that. And outside of that, oh yeah, you can follow me on YouTube as well. Subscribe to my page on YouTube. That's DaJohn. If you search any of my songs, my profile will come up. DaJohn. It's DA, I think capital JOHN on YouTube. So
for sure, man. And then my last question, you know what I'm saying? This is the second time we had you on the show, brother, but you've always got an open invitation. If the time permits in the future, boss man, and we can catch you, if you got some free time, would you mind coming back on the show again and talking about, you know, what's going through?
Man, always, man. I feel like we creating this type of relationship where I'm gonna have to check in with y'all like every couple months and let y'all know, you know. Plus I feel like I'm changing and growing so much that, you know, I feel like by the time we talk next time, whether it's a month, 2 months, or longer, I'll probably be a whole new me by then. You feel me? So I feel like we definitely got to keep in touch. We definitely got to keep updating each other and showing love, man. I love this platform. I love what you're doing for upcoming independent artists. I commend you on it. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't rather be doing this with anybody else, man. You all the way. No offense.
Man.
You already know.
Man, that means so much coming from me, boss, man. Before I let you go, you got some more love in the world. You know, love in the chat here. You got Tasha Love Jones and Enoch Jones both saying, hey, how you doing? And letting you know they already subscribed, boss, man. You already got some people on there for you, man.
That's love. That's love.
Man, this has been a treat as always, man. Definitely for me and definitely for the audience, man. I gotta say, we respect what you do, man. We love what you do. Keep doing it. Again, make sure you keep us in the loop, DaJohn. We appreciate you for coming through and sitting down with you, man. And we hope that you have a blessed year, a blessed day, a blessed evening, man. And definitely do your thing, man, for sure.
I truly appreciate each and everybody that came into the chat. Everybody showing love. I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you share. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. And let's keep the movement going. We're just trying to spread love and spread, positivity and something positive that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I truly appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate you, man. Truly, man.
For sure, boss, man. Take care.
One love.
One love. Guys, thanks again for coming to the No Offense Podcast. I got to say something really quick. It just hit me, and I'm so sorry it was late. Tasha Love Jones is in the chat. Make sure you follow Tasha on YouTube. It is Tasha Talks. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in there. My girl is talking about something that's very important. She always touches on current events and things that can change your life. So make sure that you're following her as well when you're on YouTube. Make sure you follow the No Offense channel for those who haven't, for whatever reason, been able to catch it on Facebook. We also on YouTube as well. This interview will be on in just a few moments. Like you heard, DaJohn, he's also online. So make sure that you show the love to support, man. We definitely appreciate all you guys checking in and giving us your time as far as the day. So like always, we're gonna go ahead and leave you with a track from today's artist, DaJohn, as we spoke of before. This track is called Rain For You. It goes to the movement of just like what you heard in the beginning. Same kind of mood. Definitely got love in it. You guys listen up, enjoy, and thanks again for joining No Offense. God bless.
Let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, how you stay royal. Ain't no stain on you, clean like my chain on you. Promised I would sing for you, or I spit that pain for you. Let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, or you stay royal. Wine or champagne for you, said you want my name on you. Gotta put a ring on you, I'ma let it rain for you, yeah. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall for you. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall for you. Open the book of my life, read I don't write, but it was missing a page. You were the page, you were the stage, stage of my life where I opened a cage. Cage of my feelings was feeling afraid, fear of opinions on things I might say. Saying too much, getting carried away, it's true. You got me caught in the days, now I'm feeling clueless. As I pardon through her garden, smell like roses, but it's tulips. So sweet, hear my lemonade with ice and shade. Refreshing on a summer day, but you still find a way to let it rain. I'ma let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, how you stay royal. Ain't no stain on you, clean like my chain on you. Promised I would sing for you, or I spit that pain for you. Let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, or you stay royal. Wine or champagne for you, said you want my name on you. Gotta put a ring on you, I'ma let it rain for you, yeah. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall for you. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall for you. baby, my lover, my future baby mother. Can't put no one else above her. Show her how much I love her. When we all up in them covers, I'm all in, and so is she. The only one I ever met to truly notice me, the real me, the one y'all probably never see, until I figure out the one I'm truly meant to be. Hot damn, she made me into a better man, all in his plan. He truly gifted me, and then I came up with the brand. Do you understand? My mistakes aren't a reflection on who I am. She let me grow, prove and show. Now she'll forever know. Every day I'll try to do the best I can. Let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, how you stay royal. Ain't no stain on you, clean like my chain on you. Promised I would sing for you, or I spit that pain for you. Let it rain for you, baby, let it rain for you. You remain loyal, queen, or you stay royal. Buying no champagne for you, said you want my name on you. Gotta put a ring on you, I'ma let it rain for you, yeah. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall for you. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall.